Hey families, I just wanted to apologize for not getting this video out sooner, but this is just my quick, here's what you can expect next week. I want to talk a little bit about just basically what at home will look like and just kind of give you a heads up on what all that will be. So every week your kiddo will take home a binder that says this is your at-home work, okay? And everything they need for their at-home day will be in this binder. They're going to be using this paired with Seesaw, and I will show you how in a minute. But basically, they're going to be using Seesaw as their go-to, their home base that we've been talking about, as sort of like their checklist to figure out what they need to do. And then any paper things that they are going to need are going to be in this binder, okay? So when you open it up, on that very first page, there's a schedule. Okay, and I know it's a little glossy here, but basically I had some families that really wanted a schedule, like, nope, tell me, like almost minute by minute what I could be doing at home. Some families weren't interested in that. So if you are a family who does not want the schedule, totally fine. Just know that this is kind of where information will be about what they need to get done during the day. And then we'll also basically have that time to, I will take time at the end of every day to go through and check their binders to make sure that they have done what they needed to do. So with that being said, you will meet everybody, including my in-person and at-home kiddos, will log on with me just like we've been doing at Teams at 8 a.m. This is for attendance purposes, so I need to have them log on for that. It will also be tiny little mini lessons just sort of to set them for the day, and then they'll be off to do their thing at home, okay? So this will kind of give you a breakdown of what their schedule is. One thing I recommend is that please have a look at when snack time is and try and keep that pretty regiment, snack and lunch at home. It just helps them so much when they come here. It puts them on a schedule for bathrooming, it puts them on a schedule for eating, and it just will make their lives a lot easier if we can mimic at least that part at home, okay? So you'll get this binder. It is divided into, I did put some frequently asked questions on here that maybe you want to look at. It is divided into word work, and so for word work activities, I have given them paper, pencil stuff. Again, I will show them on Seesaw how to do everything unless they already know how. There are some activities in here for writing practice. Again, on Seesaw, it will tell them exactly which ones to use. This is their writing calendar. You might have already had this, and if you still have it at home, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure that everybody had the same calendar, so I resent it. There's some letter writing paper in here that will be used. I also threw in some handwriting practice, so if there's time, you're like, yeah, we could probably work on that handwriting, definitely use this. There might be a section in your kiddos folder that says win time activities. Right now there's nothing in it, but we will be adding a few things, and those will be from our interventionists that maybe want them to practice a few things at home. And then I also have a section for math practice and games. So there'll be some just paper pencil activities in here. I did put some number tracing in there because I know we have a bunch of kids doing some reversals, which is totally appropriate and age appropriate for grade level right now, but we'll just practice, doesn't hurt. There will be an addition worksheet in here this time. I think I put 2 of those. Again, I'll show you on Seesaw how you know which ones to use. And I also put some games in here. So these are just some good dice and card games. And then I also put 2 games in here that are sort of a front to back game, and I will work with kids this week on how to play those games, but they're pretty self-explanatory and just we'll need a partner to play with at home. So you have this as sort of your go-to. That's why I sent everything back to school, because I really just want you to have one place to go look for things, okay? So now I'm going to turn you in my very high-tech way to see my screen. Okay. So this is what Seesaw will look like for kiddos. So let's say they are home on Mondays. They would get this on their day 1 at home, okay? And it will tell them, here are the things you need to do today. You need to do writing practice. And it is your calendar, and you may pick something from your journal to write about, or from the calendar to write about in your journal. You need to do listen and respond. Listen and respond is right here. Play the Storyline Online video, listen to it. And then right here, I'm telling them what they need to do to respond, and I've already recorded a video and just something for them to know what to do. They also need to do read to self. That's about 15 minutes, so I have a timer here. They can play their timer while they go to these websites and read. It should be, and they can also use their book bags, which I will reissue to them after this week. Okay, the same will be true for math. So if they go to math, their board will look very similar, has what their sort of their list of what they need to do. Math practice, that will always be something they do. There'd be a paper pencil thing in there that I want them to practice. This time I had them do a roll and add sheet and do number tracing. I'd like them to play a math or dice game. So if perhaps there's a game I'm going to teach them on here, I'll probably link it to one of these pictures here so they'll be able to watch it. But since I put those games printed off in the folder, I probably won't do that right now. Technology, I'm going to get them going on Freckle. There's their class code, and when they get in there, it'll kind of direct them on what to do in there. This might change every day. I mean, I might add like an ABC game or something on there, but I'm trying to kind of keep their eyes off a screen. But, you know, now that we're not on a screen all day, this should be okay. Okay, so that's really it. This is going to be their go-to thing. So when they wake up on that morning and they're trying to figure out what they're supposed to do for the day, they're going to want to go to Seesaw, and Seesaw will kind of tell them exactly how their day's laid out. Whatever they need will be in that binder. The only kind of weird part is that on this coming Monday, I won't have given the kids who are the E-Day kids, so the kids don't come until Tuesday or Thursday, they won't have these binders yet. And so I will send home sort of a practice board for them to do just to kind of get them through Monday. Other than that, Friday and Monday, you'll get sort of this practice board thing that looks a little different than it did before, but definitely on Friday you'll have kids, on just Friday you'll get this practice board. So it's a little different than what we've been doing on Fridays because, quite honestly, I wanted Fridays to be a little more open-ended. They'll need to pick something from each column. There's math, there's reading, writing, inquiry, which is kind of, you know, just being able to discover a little bit, something fun, and then there's some other things in here that you might want to check out. But I'll go over this with them before they see it on Friday. And this is just a little more laid back version of what you might see on Seesaw. They'll just pick one or two things from every column, and that's what they'll do on Fridays. Okay. So hopefully that was absolutely as clear as mud. Please don't hesitate to send me questions. I'll be here. I will be here a good chunk of the weekend trying to get things ready to go. But if something comes up and you need to know something right away, just email me or send it on Seesaw and I'll see it. I usually see them pop up on my phone. So if you've got a question you need to have answered. As far as our arrival, any morning, but especially just since it's our first day of arrival, kids will come to my door. And again, kids can start arriving as early as 7:45 and we'll just be here. It'll be kind of a staggered start. So there'll be lots of kids kind of coming in and we'll hang up backpacks. And if you have if your kiddo's going to eat breakfast, just let me know or have them tell me when they come in. That way I can send them down to get breakfast. They'll come back and eat breakfast down here. Okay. You will also see just a really quick survey. I need to know how kids are getting home. So that's part of our release time, is knowing, are they riding a bus? Are they being picked up by a brother or sister who's going to walk by the room and grab them? Are they riding a bike home? How are they finding you? So just take a couple minutes just to answer that survey so that I can just grab it really quick at the end of the day and know who's going where. I think that's it. So hopefully that is feels a little better about what's going on here next week. And thank you so much for your patience as always. And just know that that whole, remote learning was that first week of this is never going to work. And we kind of ended up in this really great place with it, even though the kids are sort of done with it. They did so great, so great. I could never have expected how well they did just navigating, technology and going to different websites. And I really underestimated what I thought they could do. So I think that this new phase is going to be tricky just to get started, but they are so much more adaptable than we are. So hopefully, they jump into change and we'll be good to go. So again, questions, please contact me via email, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But anyway, have a great weekend, and I cannot wait to see their bright, shining faces on Monday or Tuesday.